June 20th through the 22nd, even bigger and better. And we're going to be there broadcasting live, Evan and Tiki, BT and Sal all weekend. Michael, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning to you. Glad to be here.
You know, last year you came in here, you were talking about Fanatics Fest, your dream and what it was going to be like, and nobody really knew. And I was just telling you off the air.
Including me, by the way.
I know, exactly. You were worried about it. And I told you that I had at least 10 or 20 of my buddies brought their kids to Fanatics Fest. They had a great time, and it turned out to be a huge success. And now this year, twice as big, right?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to go for it and see what happens. And there had never been a sports festival. I mean, there's, as we know, there's tons of music festivals. There's tons of trading card shows, but there's Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. But when I saw all those things, I'm like, why does this not exist in sports? And the answer is there's probably not another company that could bring everyone together the way we do. And we work with 5,000 different athletes that work with Fanatics, that sign memorabilia for us, do trading cards, work with us in our core apparel business, and we work with all the different sports properties. So I think we were really the only company that could bring all the sports properties together, all the players together. And so last year we just kind of went for it and said, like, there's a big idea, let's see what happens. And I had no idea. Like, I remember being on here, like, kind of, you know, not scared because I don't really have fear, but more or less like, I don't know, are people going to show up, not show? We didn't really sell any tickets.
And plus it was in August, too, by the way.
By the depth of August. And it was, I mean, we had like, at the time I started promoting it hard, like the week before, maybe we had sold 10,000 tickets. We had 70,000 people show up. Yeah. And 70,000 of the best sports fans in the world. And you get all the big sports properties show up. The NFL, the NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, WWE, UFC, with incredible activations. And then we had so many big athletes show up. But this year, it's going to be, I mean, many times what last year was. I mean, we've got this year LeBron James coming, Victor Wembanyama, you know, Kevin Durant's coming back, James Harden. We moved it till June so that we could have active NFL players. Last year it was in August, so people were in preseason. This year we've got Jaden Daniels coming, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud,
I can't even think of the freaking logistics to pull this thing off, man. I mean, your company's got to be buzzing right now.
Yeah, well, I don't think people, you know, when we came up with this idea, I'm not sure people were thrilled with the idea. They're like, what is this going to mean? But honestly, when you see how much sports fans love it, it's like, and this is a give, like we lost $15 million doing this last year, but it's just great marketing for our company. It's a great give back to fans. I remember meeting someone who came in and there was a great-grandfather, father and son who came in together. And they were like in tears just saying what this meant to them. And to see people of all different ages and, you know, types and just fans from around the world, it was truly incredible. And it's like, I just wish as a kid I got to do something like this because it's like you just see, like, I remember watching Tom Brady passing footballs to kids, and I remember Gronk, who acts like a kid, which was amazing, you know, playing hockey and all the different sports, and then just seeing, like, some of my friends come and bringing their kids and what a great time they had. And this year, I don't know if you know, we're doing the Fanatics Games.
Yes, I was going to ask you. You have the Fanatics Games, so 50 celebrities, 50 athletes, and 50 fans. Is that right?
Yeah. So the real thing we wanted to do was how do we get everyone to kind of go to each of the different, you know, league activation? This year, by the way, in addition to the leagues I named, we also have coming for the first time this year, F1, Premier League, FIFA, USTA, Nike, Dick's Sporting Goods, in addition to all the other sports that were there last year. So how do we get all these people to rotate through? So I started calling people and like, yo, like, what do you think? Can you check out some of the different league activations? People were like, yeah, but I could tell they weren't like really feeling it. So I'm like, what do we do to get everyone to go through? And someone actually pitched me, they're like, why don't you do like an Olympic-style games? I'm like, well, how would that work? They're like, just make like a competition. I'm like, so they're like, just come up with a big prize. I'm like, how about we give $1 million cash to the winner? So
yeah, how about that?
But by the way, that changed everything. So basically the way it's going to work, there's eight games. There's a throwing competition for football. I think you do pretty well at that, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
10 yards, 20 yards.
Yes.
5 balls at 10 yards, 5 balls at 20 yards, 1 money ball at 30 yards, throwing competition. And now it's going to be stacked for the quarterbacks. You got Brady in this, Jaden Daniels. You got C.J. Stroud. Although Micah Parsons keeps calling me. No one talks more smack than Micah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Micah's calling me saying, I'm taking the bag home. Okay? Then you've got a basketball shooting competition. You've got a baseball throwing accuracy competition. You've got a hockey, how many pucks can get into the washers and dryers. You've got a WWE walkout competition. You've got a UFC punching competition. You got to wear gloves so no one hurts their hand. You got a golf closest to the tee. And then you've got a FIFA kicking accuracy competition. You take the 8 scores, you drop your worst 2. So whatever the 2 you do worse, and you drop. And then you take the 6 best. Okay? And then you average them together to get a winner. So there's 50 athletes, celebrities, artists, biggest people in the world. I mean, Brady, KD, James Harden, by the way, Drewski's doing it. DJ Khaled, Kevin Hart, some of these guys I could beat, actually. Yeah. Just saying. And by the way, I'm not very athletic, as we all know. And then you've got 50 fans. And I think, our dream is that fan wins. Like, we're dying.
Oh, sure.
We're dying for a fan to win. But all the smack that athletes talk, people are just like training.
How will those fans be able to register for this particular activation?
Yes. So you go to Fanatics Fest, or you make a social piece of content, you say why we should pick you. Okay, and there's been some incredible piece of content, people showing themselves doing the different sports, why they can win this. And we're looking for the 50 people that we think are going to be the most additive to the competition. And we do this, we pair people up like 2 at a time to go through, kind of like in golf. You compete on your own, but you're kind of paired. Now, I did have a special request last week from DJ Khaled. He said he could beat Tom Brady in every sport other than football. That was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. He made a video. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was pretty incredible. And he said how he was going to smoke Tom Brady. Tom's response was, "That guy's going to need an ambulance when I'm done with him." So there's a lot of smack being talked right now. But look, we need the best fans in the world. We got like another week that fans can apply. Just go to the Fanatics Fest website. All you got to do is have a ticket. I think tickets are $60 or $70. They're very inexpensive. And apply for this, and we're going to pick the best 50 fans, and we're rooting for the fans. So there's 3 prizes. First prize gets $1 million in cash. Take it home in cash, a bag of cash. We'll get some security, get out of there.
I was going to say.
Sunday afternoon. Second prize is a $500,000 Ferrari, brand new. Third prize is a $250,000 valued 2003 LeBron James Topps rookie card. So it's 3 prizes.
Jeez.
We're going to show all 3 prizes the entire time. So when you guys are there, you see these prizes.
Awesome.
And, our dream is that it's going to be a very athletic fan and not some smack-talking friend of mine.
Fanatics Fest, June 20th through the 22nd. The VIP tickets quickly sold out, but general admission tickets are still available, but moving fast. And the Fanatics game's another wrinkle to this that makes it incredible. And the lineup is just insane. Everybody you could possibly imagine that you'd want to see will be there, including LeBron James this year. Which one of these guys is the biggest pain in the ass to you? You say these people they're calling you all the time. Is it Micah Parsons?
No, I'm gonna say it's this guy sitting to my left. His name is Boomer. He says I can't. I'm too big time to come. You don't need me. I'm too busy. I'm not available. Like New York's royalty is too big time for me to come. Like, what's going on? What do you think about this? By the way, you're making excuses about some wedding anniversary.
Yeah, it is my 10th wedding anniversary on June 20th.
You should celebrate it. We will do something special for you at Fanatics Fest. Bring your wife and say, like, babe, you signed up for this. Yeah. Let's go. That's where you should celebrate.
Who would she want to meet? Maybe LeBron. That would be.
She
a
might
good
leave
one.
you, by the way. Could be 10 years.
Great, Michael.
Could be like 10
that would
years.
be perfect.
Like, you're out.
Now we're talking. Kevin Costner. She would probably be interested in that. Yeah, we'll figure something out. But Boomer's really the one. I'm showing up there as a fan. Boomer should get involved in the Fanatics games, for crying out loud. Great golfer, hockey player, football, played basketball in high school. If anybody's going to win the Fanatics games, it's going to be the well-rounded Boomer Esiason.
Not at my age.
Boomer, how are you feeling? Do you think if you think you had a chance at your age?
No, not at all. Okay. No, not at my age. I'm realistic.
It's got good awareness.
Yes, I do. Well, very good awareness. And one of the things that I am aware about is this thing that you got called 27 Rings, where you guys are rehashing all these great Yankees, and you're bringing all these great Yankees together.
Yeah, we have. Yes. So one of the things that we like to do at Fanatics Fest is have so many different tracks of incredible content. So we have like a main stage where like 3,500 people come to watch content. There's, each hour there's incredible programming. Then there's a center stage, and then there's 4 different podcast stages there. So we're going to have, I think, 70 podcasts that are going to be live from there over the 3 days.
And speaking of that, sorry to cut you off, but I would want to promote our podcasts that are going to be there. WFAN partnering up with Fanatics again. Evan will be doing a live episode of Rico Bronya from one of the main stages Saturday at noon. And BT will be doing a live episode of Unlikable from one of the main stages Sunday at noon as well. So we have podcasts as well. So sorry.
I love that. Yeah, no. So, and we love it. Look, one of the things that I saw that people like best about being at Fanatics Fest last year is like seeing you're seeing all these athletes, celebrities, artists, people that you admire, you look up to, and they're like in the middle of the festival. And so I think we try to get people moving around a lot so that you see these things. So we just talking about what we're doing with the Yankees, and I know we've got Jeter and A-Rod, and kind of talking about all the history of the Yankees. And by the way, we had so many different great panels last year that people love. But we have so many baseball greats as well there. So much New York talent that's going to be there, and we try to bring people. Look, we want the best stars in the world, and we want what makes Look, this is based in New York. About 80% of the people that come are New York based. So we're going to have more than 100,000 people this year. So we want to make sure we keep people entertained, open to close each day. And we see one of the most amazing things. A lot of people buy 3-day passes. That's probably the most popular passes. Not people coming for a day. It's people coming for 3 days.
There's a lot to see.
There's so much to see. Again, I've lived in the sports business today, so it's hard for me to, take myself back to when I was a kid. But if you said to me at a 15-year-old kid to go in and see, your mind's blown. I mean, just even to be able to go do each of the different league activations, do the walkout for WWE, to do the punching competition for UFC, to do, to get footballs thrown to you by an NFL player. I mean, there's just so many cool things to do.
That's what I was going to ask you. So you've been around.
And by Boomer as well. He might,
of course.
Maybe he'll come throw some balls to kids, but maybe he doesn't care about
He'll
kids.
He'll actually be at the front door. He'll be the greeter, like when you go to Walmart.
Would he be a good greeter?
Yeah, I think it would be. Actually, that's something I could do.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, because you've been around all these guys and they've become your friends. Who out of all of these top-level athletes, when you first met them, you were actually like, oh, my goodness, I'm meeting this person, that had that aura? Because very few people can come through. Like, there's the special of the special that have that. I'll give you an example. When I lived in Pittsburgh, Mario Lemieux, and I'm not the biggest Penguins fan. I'm not even a Penguins fan. When Mario Lemieux came walking into a room and I got to shake his hand, I was like, oh, my goodness. Who was that guy from Michael Rubin?
It's hard for me because I work in the sports business every day, and if I'm just being blunt, you become numb to it all. Like, people ask me, like, who are your sports teams now?
Yeah.
Like, this business, and I know, Boomer, you know exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's a business. And so, to me, whatever team you played for was who you want to win for. And, the second you didn't play for that team, you're like, who cares?
Moved on.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. I'd say I'd have to take myself back to my early days. It was like, I used to own, I started with ski shops when I was in my teens. I think it was when Julius Erving walked into my ski shop when I was 15.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, there's Dr. J. I'm 15 years old. I mean, look, in modern day, who would you say? Look, everyone knows I'm super close with Brady, but like, just, having, grown up so close with Robert Kraft and Jonathan Kraft, and they've done so much to help me grow my business, and watching, like, Tom Brady win so many, Super Bowls, and then watch what he did. I mean, he's got to be one that stands out. I tell you, but some of the guys who just in size are so big, Victor Wembanyama, the first time you're going to meet him, it's just like, man, this guy is tall. Like, that dude is a big dude. Like, if Kevin Hart on my shoulders is still small, Kevin on my shoulders are still smaller than Victor. Not joking.
Michael Rubin in studio with us. Fanatics Fest coming up June 20th through the 22nd. Javits Center. It's going to be even bigger and better than last year. WFAN will be there broadcasting live as well. There's one name on here, though, I think you missed out on. That's Jordan Hudson. Jordan Hudson would have been a great person to have sitting up there. She would have been a draw. What do you think?
Yeah, you know what? We listen. Anyone that's a good draw, we want. So we don't. We bring everyone together.
He's having a hard time with this one.
Good. No, of course. We'll move on from Jordan Hudson. But she would have been, it would have been a long line there with lots of questions. I'm sure lots of questions.
By the way, and we got a lot of people that bring lots of questions, too. I mean, there's always, it's funny. You realize when you bring together, I think we're going to have like 300 to 400 of the biggest athletes, celebrities, artists in the world. There's always drama. There's always BS. There's always, this person doesn't like that person. There's, I got a phone call yesterday. Someone saying, you got to get this person off the list. I'm like, oh, God.
Was it Phil Simms? Because we don't like him.
Yeah, I can't.
No, we're kidding.
I
love Phil.
By the way, did you go to any of the Knicks playoff games?
I did go to the Knicks playoff games, and it was, I found myself sitting on the Celtics bench on the floor and just not rooting, because I felt like I'm friends with a couple of guys on the Celtics, and I'm friends with a couple of guys on the Knicks, and so I just wanted a good game. How's that?
You're that guy, huh?
But here's the truth. Like, the reality is, you start to root for what's the best outcome for business, who are the people you're friends with. I was actually unfortunate. I was at the terrible game when Jason Tatum,
Blood his Achilles,
yeah, which was brutal. And I love Jason. I think he's such a great quality guy, and he was having such an incredible game. And all the people that talk, like he got to step up in the biggest moments, and he was doing exactly that. So I was really bummed to see that. So I was there for that.
How about the Garden, though? The Garden was electric.
Knicks fans are incredible. They are absolutely like New York fans. Like I used to always say that I thought, and look, I'm from Philly. Philly fans are really passionate fans. I used to always say that Chicago fans were actually they had the best fandom of any market. Like you look at like Cubs fans, Bears fans. I got to tell you something. New York fans are incredible.
Well,
and by the way, I'll tell you, I knew it best when I was still involved in the ownership of the Sixers. We actually bought a bunch of tickets for because the Knicks fans was doing such a good job invading.
Sixers-Knicks, it was a playoff series.
The Knicks fans were doing such a good job of invading the Sixers arena that we bought thousands of tickets to give to different people who thought we'd enjoy them most from Philly to try to block the Knicks fans. And I know New York found the worst picture of me ever taken in my life. It was like there was never where I was like fat, chubby, bald. Everything was wrong with this picture. They put me on the front page of the Post and just decimated me. I'm like, this is why I love New York. It's like New York's the best.
I have to say, I was telling Gio this when I came in on Monday morning. I felt like when we lost finally to the Pacers that we officially became the most hated fan base in America. Like I think the Eagle fan base had that for years. For some reason, everybody was so happy when the Knicks lost.
It's funny. I see it through a different lens. I look at like strength and fandom. And so I posted, this past weekend, I was in Germany, in Munich for the Champions League final. And I posted that like soccer, by the way, it's different over there. Like, I'll just tell you, like the way they're, singing their songs, going through the streets, taking over. I was like, U.S. fans got to step it up. And like 10 of my friends were like coming at me hard. They're like, have you not seen Knicks fans? Like, and I'm like, they may be right. Like the Knicks fans are great. So the fandom in New York is amazing. The fans are incredible. Like I want fans like as a player. You tell me you want fans that are going to stand up for you. They're going to make the loudest noise. They're going to go the hardest for you. Knicks fans are incredible. So it's why we try to do so much New York-based content at Fanatics Fest.
All right, so if you want general admission tickets or you want to get involved in the Fanatics games, you go to fanaticsfest.com. Is that correct, Michael?
Absolutely. Buy your tickets at fanaticsfest.com. Want to be in the games? Send us a great video showing us why you're going to win, why you've got more heart than Boomer, why you're not, why you're going to show up at Fanatics Fest, not big time us.
I was just going to say to you, by the way, you guys.
I expect to see you there with all this hazing. Listen, but I think there should be what is it called when you get everyone together? One of these
interventions.
That is why I was thinking more we're going to have like a protest, get everyone to say that they're not going to listen to you until you agree to show up for Fanatics.
And I was going to say something.
You should show up
nice.
and do it live before it opens and like show everyone around, show everyone what's going on. Like
I should be the host.
Yeah.
Like the New York host of Fanatics Fest.
Let's go.
Well, we'll think about it. We'll discuss it. By the way, good job on the hockey jerseys.
Thank you.
I know it was a little tenuous with the baseball jerseys the year before. We got that straightened out now.
Yeah.
It wasn't your fault. I know that.
Yeah. You know what, though? I got to tell you something. When you're an entrepreneur building a business, things go wrong all the time. And the best thing you got to do is take ownership to them. And even though in the case of, this is well understood at this point, in the case of the baseball jersey, we were doing as, we were told to do. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Nike's a really innovative company, and they want to innovate the jersey. And just like it didn't work the way that everyone had hoped that it worked. We turned that into a real positive. Like we were like, look, we had not defined our brand purpose as a company. And right when that happened, I said, you know what? Between the pressure we'd taken on the hockey jersey and the noise from the baseball jersey, we said, what's our brand purpose? And our brand purpose is to relentlessly enhance the fan experience in everything that we do. And so I think if you would have asked the question, was the baseball jersey relentlessly enhancing the fan experience? You might have said no, and then you wouldn't have done it. And so we actually rallied 22,000 employees around that. And so I'd say some of my darkest moments in my business career have turned into my best moments. And I think that was one. Like, that was the loudest noise I ever took in my life. People and the hockey jersey, people were worried. They're like, hey, Fanatics hasn't made an on-ice jersey before. And so what did? We took all the pressure from baseball. We took everything we learned and we said, we're going to work with every player one by one. We're going to get all of their input. We're going to make sure that we nail this thing. And the hockey jersey went beautifully. Fans loved it. The players loved it. The teams loved it. The league loved it. The union loved it. Like, everyone that mattered loved it. But it's because we worked in partnership.
Yeah, you had everybody involved.
And we listened really well. And the lesson in that is to always stay humble and paranoid, because sometimes you can get big and you think you know, and you don't know, okay? And so working so collaboratively with the players, that's why the jersey did so well. And that's why we were able to go back to the old baseball jersey that we had designed and developed. And, we convinced everyone around us this was the right thing to do. And so, but look, if you don't make mistakes in business, you're not trying hard enough, but you just got to take ownership of them. Like, we've screwed up so many things in our life. And I'm just being honest with you. Like, we've screwed up so many things. The thing is, how do you rally back from that? Ask Tom Brady, ask you, how many bad games did you have? You're like, I sucked, I played terrible. Then you go back and you have a great game. You learn from it, you grow from it. So, we're thrilled. We're honored to be making the on-ice hockey jerseys. The reaction's been great after people were nervous about it. And by the way, I just saw some new innovations we have coming that are just incredible there. So, to me, all these things, you use them to be better, you use them to grow from, you use them to learn from, and you stay humble and you stay paranoid. And if you don't, someone's going to take you out.
Michael, great having you in. Founder and CEO of Fanatics. Check out fanaticsfest.com for tickets and everything else. It's going to be even bigger and better than last year at the Javits Center, June 20th through the 22nd. Thank you.
Appreciate you having me. I'm excited for you to celebrate your 10-year anniversary at Fanatics Fest. I'm excited for Boomer to be a greeter. And you guys were killing it. It's a big team sport.
Yes, it is, Michael. Thank you.
Michael Rubin, Boomer and Gio coming to you live.